So many conflicting reports continue to emerge about the Denver Broncos' plans in the first round of the draft. With less than 24 hours to go, what is fact and what is fiction? We are hearing multiple different things from multiple different insiders. Ian Rappaport and Adam Schefter continue to report that the Denver Broncos are interested in trading up in the draft, but other insiders are reporting that the Denver Broncos are more interested in staying pat at 20 or possibly trading down. I want to go ahead and bring in this article here from John Heath of Broncos Wire. Dianna Russini is one of those insiders that I would say is in Sean Payton's inner media circle. Payton does interviews with her all the time, and Russini does a podcast with Chase Daniel, Sean Payton's former quarterback in New Orleans. Payton gives Daniel quite a bit of info all the time, so Dianna Russini is one of the more knowledgeable insiders on the actual transpirings of events inside Dove Valley. Now, is that information that Sean Payton is feeding her directly in order to throw other reporters and just fans and media in general off the scent? Or is this legitimate information? Russini is reporting that the Denver Broncos are going to stay pat at 20 or possibly trade back. She said in her pre-draft report on Wednesday, don't expect the same kind of fireworks from the Broncos 1 year after they took Bo Nix. Sean Payton does fall in love with players, but the sense I get right now is that Denver is comfortable with sticking at pick number 20 and selecting the player it wants or trading back. I heard the Broncos love some of the running backs, but not enough to move up. Everybody is talking about how if Ashton Jeanty starts to slide, the Denver Broncos should think about trading up into the top 10. Well, it takes two teams to tango, folks, and I don't think that there is a team in the top 10 that would be willing to trade down. The first four picks are pretty much set in stone. Cam Ward's going to the Titans, Travis Hunter's going to the Browns, Abdul Carter's going to the Giants, and Will Campbell is going to the Patriots. Then we get to the Jacksonville Jaguars at number 5, and currently Ashton Jeanty is the betting favorite to go to Jacksonville at number 5. And Ian Rappaport reported today that the Jaguars are actually calling the Cleveland Browns about maybe moving up to number 2. It would be a lot of draft capital to get from 5 to 2, but that tells me that the Jags might be interested in Travis Hunter. If not, they're going to stay pat at 5, and they are going to take Ashton Jeanty, in my opinion. I don't believe that the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to have any interest whatsoever in trading down. I think they're going to be very firm in their plans, and they are going to stay pat at 5, and they're going to take Jeanty. So he's going to be off the board in the top 5. At this point, Jeanty is nothing more than a pipe dream to the Denver Broncos. He will be going no higher than 6 to the Raiders, and most likely, he's probably going to go 5 to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Then there's Omarion Hampton. Reports coming out of Chicago indicate that the Bears really like this running back class, and they would feel comfortable taking a running back at 10, and other reports have indicated that they really like Omarion Hampton. So Hampton could fly off the board at 10. If you wanted to trade up and maybe get into the top 10 to get Hampton, there just aren't a whole lot of teams that would be willing to make that move. I don't think the Jets would be willing to make that move at 7. I don't think the Panthers would be willing to come down from 8. I don't think the Saints would be willing to come down from 9. And I certainly don't think that the Bears would be willing to come down from 10. So there just isn't a trade partner for the Denver Broncos if they wanted to come up for a running back. But if they wanted to come up to 13 with the Dolphins for, say, Colston Loveland, I did talk about that scenario. It's not my favorite scenario, and I don't think it would happen, but I did talk about it in a previous video as a scenario that is at least more likely than some of these other scenarios out there. In my opinion, the Denver Broncos are either going to stay pat at 20 or they're going to trade down. If it were my preference, they would trade down. They would pick up some extra draft capital, and then they could take their running back, they could take their tight end, they could take their defensive lineman, and have some extra draft capital to maybe move up in the second round if there's another player there that you really, really like. So if you had to ask me right now, gun to the head, what the Denver Broncos would do, I think that they are going to end up trading down, or staying at 20. Now, as far as which player they end up taking, Travion Henderson is somebody who is generating a lot of buzz to the Denver Broncos right now. He's who I mocked in my mock draft, but I had the Denver Broncos taking a little bit of an unconventional route to get there. So if you guys want to check out my mock draft, please do. I just put it out earlier today, and that will give you a better glimpse as to what I'm thinking the Denver Broncos might do in the first round of the draft. But right now, I don't think they're going to trade up. But that is just my opinion, Broncos country. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you as always. Do you think that the Denver Broncos are going to move up in the draft? Do you think they're going to move down in the draft? Or do you think they're going to stay pat at 20? Drop those comments down below, guys. I would love to hear your thoughts as always. Be sure to leave a like on this video as well as subscribe and ring the bell so these videos appear in your notification feed. I would really appreciate it, guys. Those are both free and easy ways to show your support. It helps tell YouTube's algorithm to push us out, and it helps us get seen by more and more members of Broncos country just like you and me. And until next time, guys, I'm your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.